I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon, and we will grow. And I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now Mars is going to move in Mrigashirsha Nakshatra. The Nakshatra movement will happen on the same day the Sun will make its transit, that is 16th of August. And then till the first 10 days, 9 to 10 days of September, Mars will be in Mrigashirsha Nakshatra. Now Mrigashirsha is a nakshatra that spans between Taurus and Gemini. So it has the property of the earth element and the Venus zodiac sign, Taurus, and the property of air element and Mercurian energies of Gemini. So when Mars, the planet of energy, willpower, the planet that represents anger, the planet that represents your passion, your ability to execute a task, take decisions, and the planet that rules your desires, which is Aries, and the ruler of secrecy, which is Scorpio. Such planet, when enters into the mystical zone of Mrigashirsha, it moves into wild imaginations. The deity of Mrigashirsha Nakshatra plays a vital role in understanding the nature of the planet's movement in this nakshatra. Let's understand all that in detail, also what will happen to your own ascendant. But before that, do not forget to hit subscribe. And I see you're not sharing the video. Do share the video among family and friends. Do write your suggestions in the comment section. And for consultations, you can drop me an email. If you want to book a Kundli report, a PDF which is system generated that spans all your horoscopes and also covers a kind of a bird's eye view of your life, your nature, and certain remedies, including the numerology section, the Kundli PDF link is in the description box below. The report will be sent anywhere between 7 to 10 days because of the volume that I am receiving right now. So please bear with me. I am sending report one by one. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, and if you want all notifications to come in one platform, Telegram link is available. All that is in the description box. Now let's start understanding the Mars and Mrigashirsha energy. Now if you see the deity associated with this nakshatra, it is Soma. But Soma also means Chandrama, moon god, which means it represents the emotions, the fickle nature of the mind, the ever jumping, ever moving nature of the human mind that keeps on spanning from security to insecurity, that wants to achieve a lot of things in life, that wants to explore, that wants to rediscover itself. And that is the nature of Mars and Mrigashirsha. It wants you to rediscover, it wants you to apply, because Mars was with Jupiter. Now Mars has the knowledge or the firmness of the planets such as Jupiter, and now Mars wants to explore the Mercurian terrain, and which is going to be very helpful for scientists, researchers. This is going to be very helpful for a lot of people who are students of technology, AI, who wants to do advanced learning, because this Mars in this nakshatra is going to be very helpful to, if you want to cross the boundary and if you want to achieve things which are very different, if you want to apply your energy into substance that kind of gives you a soul calling. You know, if you want to follow your passion, this is the time. Also, Mrigashirsha is a very soft nakshatra. It's a Mridu nakshatra, which means it is very easy to, influence a person when Mars is in Mrigashirsha, especially if you are a Mrigashirsha born native. On the other hand, Mars says energy can fire up the Mrigashirsha's movement in your body. So people who are suffering from pitta, people who are suffering from blood pressure should be little careful during this time. Now, if you see, Mrigashirsha also represents journey, short travels. So if you are doing any short travel during this period, be careful, especially if you are doing the journey in the period when Mars is in Gemini, that is after 26th of August. This nakshatra transit can make you a little bit compulsive, aggressive, somewhat restless, inquisitive, and you would want to be known for what you have achieved or what you have done. You want appreciation and validation during this time. This is also the time when Mars's energy will influence the trade and commerce, especially the sea routes, and this can also create certain conflict. So if you are operating at that level, you have to be very careful. On the other hand, people involved in IT and communication, logistics, if you are into export and import of goods and services, this will help you because Mars will create motion. If things are still, it will now move in the positive direction. People who are in Rahu Mahadasha or Ketu Mahadasha should be little careful during this time because Mars will find Rahu 10th from itself and Ketu 4th from itself. Mars will have the 4th aspect on Ketu, especially when Mars enters Gemini zodiacs. And I will make another video of Mars transit in Gemini, so do follow the videos and subscribe the channel. Now, for Aries ascendant, Mars transit in Mrigashirsha Nakshatra represents moving out of your home, trying new things, showing the willpower, showing the power of commitment and judgment, and also taking some bold decisions. For Taurus, this is more about you focusing on your resources. You are trying to gather the resources, and you have to be careful that you should not be a hoarder during this time, and you should not be a miser also. Try to donate food whenever it is possible. For Gemini, Mars transit is more about moving from overseas to your own home. So it's more about trying to explore your own self, which means you will know more about your own identity, what you like, what you dislike, especially if you are below 30 years of age. But you need to control your anger, otherwise it will impact your relationships. For Cancer ascendant, this will be more about Mars journeying from 11th to 12th house. So this can mean excess expense. This might mean that you are changing your home, selling off your property, dealing with real estate matters, the matters related to land and properties which are under a court case will see proper justice. Just don't show any aggression. Do not show revenge. For Leo, Mars transit in Mrigashirsha Nakshatra will happen from 10th house and then will move to 11th house. It's a very, very positive transit, especially if you want to travel abroad, if you want to travel for your career, if you are into travel industry, if you are into entertainment industry, or if you are into any kind of business where you want to push and give your 200%, you will see positive result. But if you are having a negative Mars, like a Mars debilitated in your chart, you will have to be careful with your health. Virgo. Now for Virgo, Mars transit in Mrigashirsha Nakshatra is very unique. Why? Because Mars will be moving from your 9th house to 10th house, and this is more about execution of what you believe. So if you have always believed on something, now you will prove it. Now you will show what you can do. So it's more about will, it's more about intent, it's more about action. So you will get things done, and you will also see that things will move at your own will and pace. Just ensure that you're not being too aggressive. Otherwise, you will have a bad health. For Libra, Mars transit in Mrigashirsha Nakshatra is more about Mars coming out of the 8th house and leaving the surprises behind and settling down in the 9th house, which might also mean that the situation that you will face during this time might challenge your faith, might challenge your belief system, and you may have to settle down for a kind of a truce, a kind of a handshake with some other aspect of life. Say for example, you were always passionate about playing music, but now you have to settle for working in a company which is absolutely have no relation to music. Maybe music becomes your passion, music becomes your soul food, but not your source of income. This kind of settlement is what Mars will bring, the pure masculine energy, and you will be able to fulfill your duties and responsibilities. For Scorpio, this is more about movement of Mars from 7th to 8th house, and which means the marriage is the one that is getting impacted. But if you are looking to release funds, if you are looking to for investment from other people, if you're looking to diversify your business, if you want the things that are stuck in your business or in marriage to move in a certain direction, Mars and Mrigashira will literally help you, but you will have to be very careful about the illusion, the intoxication, the enchantment that Mrigashira Nakshatra brings along. So you should not get lost in glorified thoughts, rather remain practical as much as possible. Now for Sagittarius, this will be Mars transit from 6th to 7th house, and this means your business is going to grow. You will get help from your team members. Also, you will have to travel a lot, and this means that this will keep you busy. You will be always on the toes. It's your 5th lord moving from 6th to 7th house. So be very careful about what you desire, because your desires may get fulfilled. The problem is even your negative desires and thoughts may get manifested. So manifest positive things. Chant Aham Brahmasmi. For Capricorn, this will be more about Mars's movement from 5th and then to the 6th house. This energy shift means that you will have to be ready to apply all your knowledge into practical sense, because any theoretical knowledge that you cannot apply or that you cannot prove will have to be left behind. So be practical, grounded, and be ready to work hard, especially if you are into job, because the job related scenarios will become quite good for you. And if you are an athlete, it's a very good time for you. For Aquarius, this is more about Mars's movement from 4th house to 5th house, and therefore this can make you a little restless. This can create some panic situation or change of location, change of home, change of property, or some events related to your mother can make you a little restless. Which also means that you will have to fulfill your duty and responsibility. Even if you are a younger one, you may have to prove that you are the eldest. So through karma, you will have to prove yourself. Take care of the diet and protect yourself from getting unnecessarily agitated or aggravated at small things. So it's like, don't shout at the drop of a pin. Show patience, show resilience and hard work. For Pisces, this is more about Mars's movement from your 3rd house to 4th house. This will show that your determination will bring in comfort, and you will try to make things go according to your own way. But in attempts in trying to do that, don't become so restless or agitated that anxiety becomes a part and parcel of your life. Meditation is a very important method by which you will maintain calmness and peacefulness in your life. Matters related to property and real estate, your assets, your car, your vehicle will be sorted if you have any problem related to that. Chance of you buying a new property or car is also very high during this time. If you are into the field of automobile, if you are into the field of avionics, robotics, this will be giving you greater opportunity. And if you are into interior designing, new business, new deals are on the way. So Mars, when goes in Mrigashira Nakshatra, because it is in its own nakshatra, because planetary wise, Mrigashira is very unique. It has 4 planets: Venus from Taurus, Mercury from Gemini, Moon from Soma god, the Devata, and Mars, the planetary association with Mrigashira Nakshatra. So in reality, Mars goes into its own nakshatra, wants the pleasure of Taurus, but the curiosity and access of information from Gemini, while it wants to be enchanted and intoxicated because of the Somaras. Now, if you combine all this, this can be a recipe of beautiful experience, but also it can be a bad action of a person who is an alcoholic. So it all depends on how you use this energy. Understandably, Mars was with Jupiter from the sign of Taurus. Mars is with Jupiter in sign of Taurus now also. Until 26th, Jupiter's grace will save Mars from a downfall, unless you make yourself fall into the pit of devil by following the tamasic paddhati or tamasic path. Try to follow the sattvic energies, control your urges, meditate, and try to fast on Tuesdays, chanting Hanuman Chalisa 11 times every day, or chanting Sundarkand Path is going to be a very good remedy for anyone who is suffering from anger issues, anxiety, frustration, or even if your work is stuck at this moment. This is the time of motion and enjoy. If you want to imagine Mars and Mrigashira in one sentence, this is more like a train ride. Some will love it, but some will complain that it's a burden. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, namaste.